denied one insane all-in, and then did another crazy insane all-in in Game 2. But what do we get in Game 3? I mean, at this point in time, whatever is going to win for Elazer, I think he has to do. And I think it's very much so up to Dark to try to get a read on what that might be. Ling's being made more immediately from Dark, where once again, Elazer has kind of gone back to what we saw in both Game 2 and in Game 3 and is making drones again. So it seems like offense is going to be coming here from Dark.
Yeah, Dark is even building them a little bit faster than he did on King's Cove. This is a smaller map as well. Elazer needs to stop building drones right here, right now. Needs to start working on his defensive paintings. That's a very good scout though for Elazer. It's very important that he picks up on this as quickly as possible. I mean, I get it from Dark. He's like, on King's Cove it shouldn't have worked, but I just clearly made it work because I'm better. I'm going to try to do the same thing again. But it's risky though, because eventually Elazer is going to have his defense in the right place. And if this doesn't work out, Elazer is in a phenomenal position.
Okay, hold on. Dark over here, attacking the third base. We have some of the Lings and Banelings coming up north towards that third base. Meanwhile, two Baits heading towards the workers.
Yeah, the drones are being pulled. Good job there. I mean, one Baneling can actually not kill these drones. That's a lot of damage, but everything is still alive. How's that hatchery doing, though? The hatchery is still alive as well. I mean, it all looks explosive and flashy, but I actually think that was decent defense by Elazer. As long as he keeps those drones alive, that's the most important thing right now.
He can't lose drones. He can't lose the hatch. Damaging a unit or a building is never going to be enough, and so now we're going to see Dark try to do everything in his power to come in here with a closer. We have two more Banelings headed up over here, and it looks like we might not have him able to defend in time.
He needs to kill it as well. Yeah, a lot of drones are still very low on HP. More Banelings coming as well. I think Elazer is panicking here a little bit.
Oh! Baneling trying to get these last few drones in the corner, and they do go down. I mean, and that was all the workers at that second base.
Yep, but Elazer is still only 3 workers behind. And he's got 2 Zerglings in the main base of Dark as well. But Dark is going for this hatchery. Dark is going to get this hatchery once again. Dark gets the damage he's looking for. Elazer needs to get a massive connection with his one trump card. The ace up his sleeve, the 2 Banelings in the main base of Dark.
Okay, here we go. The Banelings are coming forward. We don't know if Dark sees it, and they go off.
That's a lot of workers going down now. Elazer is down a base, but up 10 workers, Tasteless. What are we watching? The Queens are very far out of position, though. The Banelings are here to keep those Zerglings safe as well. But I think Elazer's defense is all right. Yeah, that looks all right.
We've seen Elazer collapse back onto 2 bases. Where does he want this game to go for now? I mean, 22 workers to 28. But Dark on 3 hatches, Elazer on 2. He just wants to counterattack.
Yeah, I mean, he's slightly up in workers, but obviously he's down a base, right? So he's going to be down in production. And also all of his queens were out there defending, so they probably weren't really hitting the injects. I don't know, man. I think you could really see that the nerve... Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I was going with the nerves already, but defending as well, right? Like, Elazer is a very, very good Zerg player. Normally, if he sees 2 Banelings, it's pop-up Ling, and he's done. And this time, you could really see there was some hesitation. That shouldn't be the case. I think he's feeling the pressure. I think Elazer... I don't know. I mean, he's actually getting a lot of drones. I don't know where he's going with this. I really wonder why he's not going for missile. I mean, Dark is going for missiles. Maybe he wants to knight us and he thinks that the Carapace can help out there. We'll see.
Give him like some more sustain or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it can help with everything, right? Like all units. But he's making so many drones that I find it very unlikely. Like, who knight us of like 68 drones, right? Like, that just doesn't really seem to be. I think he's worried once again that Dark was going for +1 melee, and +1 Carapace can be very good against it, but that is actually not happening. Now, Elazer is the one dropping a very quick Spire, and his lair was actually a little bit faster than the one of Dark, so...
Let's see. I mean, the Mutas are now going to come in here. They're beginning to hit this Spore. We have the Queens now departing for Dark and heading over to this location. Because they need to try to get on the perimeter of the base to try to drive them away. So the Mutas will rotate around towards the southernmost location. This is also keeping Dark zoned out of actually taking any bottom base as well. And it's really kind of a game of zoning here between the Queens and the Mutas.
Yep, and Dark is respecting these Mutas a lot, by the way. You look at the amount of Spore Crawlers that have been built. He's like, you know, it's definitely not going to happen to me that I'm going to lose against a bunch of Mutas and don't have enough anti-air like what happened to you on Thunderbird. So I think that Dark is doing that very well, and he's basically just saving up resources. Mutas are very good until Vipers and Infestors come out. Like those kind of units, a Fungo, a Parasitic Bomb just does absolutely insane damage. But hey, this is kind of Elazer's window. This is when he wants to be annoying. Spots at the Infestation Pit, so he kind of knows it's like, alright, if I want to do damage, I better do it right here, right now, because it's only going to get harder.
Okay, he takes out that Extractor and now goes into the main. The Queen scrambling to try to come up here. Note how he's taking this out. There's going to be a lot less gas that can be mined as easily. And wherever the Queens go, that's where the mutas want to not be. And so they once again rotate down here, taking pot shots everywhere. We have 7 drones killed so far, and now these Lings are to come in here and deny that 4th base hatchery.
Man, Elazer's getting himself in a really good position. He's starting to make a lot of roaches now as well. Now, the roaches will come in from the south side. I don't know if the roach count is high enough. Elazer does not have +1 missiles, but he really wants to get this base. He's settling for the base. He's getting a cancel on that fort as well.
And as you can see, the roaches beginning to arc around. The stronger roaches here from Dark, but Dark able to drive them away. The Lings also hitting those queens, but again, a victory on that front as well for Dark.
Yeah, I mean, he did lose the fort base, right? So that's one thing. I mean, Dark has +2 missile attacks already. Jeez, I mean, that's big, right? You don't often see +2 against +0. Now, Elazer is getting his 2nd carapace upgrade for his ground units as well, so that's obviously nice. It's going to be lurkers on both sides. I must say, you got to give kudos to Dark there for surviving, man, because he was down a solid 45-50 supply. The only thing he had was upgrades. All of his units needed to be in the right place, and they were. But I'm starting to get very worried here for our Polish Zerg player, because his army is simply quite a bit smaller, and there are Vipers in the mix as well. Blinding Clouds can be massive.
Yeah, the mutas really don't have very much equity anymore in this game. And now we see this army pushing up here. He might be able to isolate Elazer's army away from this hatchery. This is a really mineral. Whoa. Okay, that's one way to do it.
I would have preferred a couple blinding clouds.
Yeah,
now he drops one there on the right side.
Yeah.
I think that's really smart. The parasitic spawns, little fancy, but all right.
Is that a diss move? I don't understand. All right, he takes out the hatchery now.
Oh my goodness.
I guess he knew he didn't need to even use that spell there, so he just went ahead and took out that base at the top.
Is he doing it again, Tasteless? I mean, Dark, don't we remember when he was down 40-50 supply and Elazer was richer? Why is Dark the one being maxed out now? He's got money in the bank, he's got better upgrades, and now Elazer is suddenly losing bases.
Okay, as he's beginning to box in Dark's army, it looks like it would be one good thing for Elazer, but on the other side of the map, I think that Dark is just proving that he's overall invested in a better situation.
And I love this. Like, Dark is like, no, you think you're trapping me? No, I'm actually going to pick off a couple of Hydras over there on the left side.
Yeah.
Dark is getting so much value out of all of his stacks, out of all of his little squads of armies. He's winning this fight probably as well against these Hydras. I mean, Dark is playing some absolutely phenomenal Starcraft.
It's funny how Dark has actually flipped this game into a reverse position. It was actually Elazer that had Dark boxed in on 3 bases, and Dark was patient enough to basically defend every attack, then counterattack, and I think we're about to see this game ramp up into yet another attack here from Dark on this lower base. He might also attack the upper left base and try to deny that as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting +3 missile attacks. I think he's got his own lurkers now as well. You know, he's actually going to try to make an attack happen here. He doesn't have an overseer, though. He's running into a lurker. If you want to get that base, you better get it real quick. That lurker of Dark is doing a lot of damage.
And now the push is going to continue on here. Now, this is a lot of damage coming here from Elazer. As he actually managed to pull it up, he might be able to deny that hatchery, which in this phase of the game is definitely something, but no, I spoke too soon. Oh, wow. Good defense there by Dark.
No overseers anywhere. Dark is now getting a Nidus network as well. That's very cool. I mean, Nidus networks with lurkers. I think that's some of the coolest stuff that Zerg has to offer in this game. But Elazer definitely got some damage there done. I mean, it didn't even look that impressive, and he was running into a lurker as well. But suddenly, our Polish Zerg is maxed out again. And now Dark actually dropped a little bit of supply here and there. Dark still has slightly better upgrades, I believe. Yeah, +2 missile attacks is still not even done. And +2 carapace about to finish up for Dark as well. Elazer could pound on this base, and I actually think if he just take out this hatchery, he really wants to get the drones as well, might even get the lurker then, but now he's kind of trapping all of his own units as well, though, and he has no overseer here.
Is this a worthwhile sacrifice? I'm not entirely sure. The hatchery will not go down as Dark's army battering rams its way through here. Meanwhile, Elazer beginning to put pressure on a very fragile hatchery here, adjacent to Dark's main.
Oh, I love that Blinding Cloud, though. I love these Hydras not able to fight, but the lurkers will move forward. Dark is losing a lot of drones. We'll end up losing this base as well.
Oh, yep, it's going to go down. But it's going to go. Nope, yep. All right, he's going to finally kill it off.
The lurkers have done so much damage there. Now we actually get a pause.
Right. Camera a second. Here it is. So we're right back to where we were. Crisis averted. The game continues on.
Yep, there are a lot of morphing lurkers there for Dark. I mean, Dark just took so much economic damage. He lost 19 drones. He does have that base all the way in the right bottom side, but Elazer was able to get home with all of it. There's a Zergling scouting it immediately.
Yeah, he spotted it. This one lurker's like, I got this. He's going to burrow down here, try to get a few drone kills. And this Nidus is going to finish, but I don't know if it would be worthwhile to commit. We'll see. There's some army coming up here. Not a lot of creep over here, by the way, in Elazer's main. so he's not really able to keep this area that covered.
No detection again for Elazer. There's no overseer here yet.
Oh, you're totally right. Oh, there it is on the right side of the screen.
Yeah, but that's a little bit late though. Elazer lost a lot of supply there. That was a really good move by Dark. He gets out of it. Sure, he lost a couple of units as well, but he did damage and he bought time, and that's what Dark needs right now.
Yeah, when you get that Nidus, especially in the main, it forces the entire army, which by the way had map control, the entire army for Elazer has to go all the way back to the origin point, the spawn location of Elazer to defend, which gives Dark some more room to breathe, some more room to expand.
I love the left one lurker left behind there. Is going to take care of this Nidus network. There are still Vipers out on the map, I believe, for Dark, but now Elazer is making his own Vipers as well. This is interesting because I don't see a lot of ZVZs of Dark when it really comes down to like lurkers and Vipers. That's something you see quite often in the European scene. It seems like Elazer had enough of it though. He's going to try, but don't forget there is a lot of lurkers on the side.
Oh, great harpooning here, pulling out some of those stray units. But it doesn't appear that Dark is willing to give up this location so easily. And so the game plan here is to yank the opponent's lurkers into your army and try to do damage. Now again, map control to Elazer. I don't believe we have a Nidus being made on the map, or at least I can't see one on the mini-map.
Elazer actually did that very well, right? He was able to pick up a couple of these Vipers. Dark does have a very good counter-attack here, though. I love how he's dropping some changelings as well, just in case his army wants to run away. So even though Elazer was doing some really good work there on the top side of the map, he just lost a lot of units on the south side. Dark refuses to give up, still fighting to hang in there.
Yeah, this northern base here for Dark is a real point of contention. And so Dark's being very careful to not give this up.
Yeah, Dark lost all of his Vipers, right, in that little exchange we saw, but now he bought some time with that hit squad he had on the south side to get once again 5 Vipers out. And the Vipers are incredibly important. Blinding Cloud is great, but obviously Abduct against lurkers, that can really breach certain positions that otherwise would be unbreakable. Dark has to be very careful here, of course, because of the lurkers there. It all comes down to the Viper control.
Dark is actually, hold on. Dark's going to try to get this really good position over here. Good harpooning there on those lurkers. That should allow Elazer to kind of come down here and engulf a lot of this army in a pretty nice angle, forcing Dark back.
Yeah, I actually think that was a really good fight for Elazer. I mean, he's down a little bit in supply, but he picked off a lot of very expensive units. Meanwhile, Dark is rebuilding on Roaches, but Roaches alone are going to have a very hard time winning games against lurkers. And I want to see, like, is this going to be it, or are we going to ever see some other units? What about maybe some Infest? Whoa, that's good. Whoa, those Abducts are massive. That's 3 Vipers going down on the side of Dark. Now a couple of Lurks go down. Elazer just got a phenomenal trade there.
Yeah, beautifully done here. Dark, once again, loses a critical position on the map. Tactically, Elazer is just having better engagements here. And look, he's even going to try to come in here a little bit further, start to punish more. Now, he's got to be careful because there's plenty more lurkers here from Dark. You do not want to overextend, excuse me, here in Elazer's position, but I'm actually starting to think that with Dark's supply overall thinning out, maybe he can do this. I mean, with the Vipers, you just continue to yank, but just like that, pull the lurkers out of their potholes and pick them off and then advance and get a better position.
Yeah, Elazer is down a little bit in economy though, so he's going to really try to make something happen. But you're spot on. When it came to the Viper fights, Elazer did way better than Dark for quite some time. Elazer still has slightly more lurkers. Now just in the end, he finally lost his Vipers for the very first time. Dark is in so much trouble, man. He's out of gas. He really doesn't have anything to work with. He's still down 6 lurkers. He's down 2 Vipers. I don't know how he's supposed to win a fight here against Elazer.
I don't know what else to say, but I think that Elazer is going to come in here and possibly end this. I mean, Dark is too broke.
Really good save there on this one lurker. Every lurker is obviously super important here. One more Viper gets abducted, and that's really what has made the difference here for Elazer. Elazer simply did better when it came to Viper against Viper. He was always able to get the big abducts off, and Dark just struggled with it quite a bit. Blinding Clouds being casted now on both sides.
You see that the real source of income now for Dark is gone, and that's why Elazer is trying to come in here swinging, because he knows that Elazer knows he has more money to play with, he has more opportunities to try to end this. And so every unit for Dark is becoming more and more precious.
Yeah, the funny thing is though, ZVZ is so brutal, right? And like 3 lurkers can really turn a battle upside down. Even though it's not supposed to happen, there's still hope here for Dark. Can he snipe one of these lurkers? He's close, but
apparently, apparently not. The drones are going to come down here. Now he needs to get this base up. This is the only hope here for Dark, is if you can actually get this location up. Oh, good corner here, though. Dark coming in and slamming this army into the wall.
Yeah, that's big. That's one of these lurkers as well. Dark's the other one, a Blinding Cloud. I mean, that was the best fight that Dark was ever going to get, but he still ended up losing the base, and he ended up losing 3 out of his 5 lurkers, while Elazer still has 10 of them.
Okay, Dark coming in now for a fight. Supplies are fairly even, but we're at a spawn location here for Elazer engulfing this army. Dark having to back up. Again, Dark with no base for the time being that he can realistically mine from. And as you see now, Dark's army supply is beginning to thin out. Elazer's beginning to push back, and I think Elazer can flatten this final location. GG in our first best of 5.